Hey guys, good morning. Hope y'all having a great day. I thought that I would do a video here on these little envelopes that I make. I make these and then I tuck some extra ephemera goodies in them and put into my simple journals that I leave pretty plain, but I give extra little goodies so people can decorate them. So these are just made from book page. As you can see, they can hold a bit. So I usually like to pick bigger books that are pretty sturdy. So this paper is pretty heavyweight. And then I have just inked the edges. I punched some holes. And then when I do it, I sometimes will leave a tail that then I can make a little closure for. Not all of them I do that with. Sometimes I leave them and then use like a little clip or a paper clip or something else fun. So there's one example that I did where I did some inking with some blue and then I just wrapped it that way. Here's another one. So this one I didn't make a closure for and I left little long ends like that. This was from an art book about an artist, and it had lots of really great colorful images, but some of the black and whites were great too, so you still have some interesting little pictures or whatnot. And then you can decorate these, go wild with them too, put more stuff on the front, the insides, whatever you want to do. But it's just a really fun way, I thought, to kind of use up some book pages. Once again, it's not my original idea, but I've been making these things for several years and I don't remember where I first saw the idea. So I wish I could credit who I originally saw it from. But I mean, really, it's just an envelope that you're doing something different with. And I use up some of whatever fibers that I have available or match a color theme or whatever. They're just kind of fun to make. So let's do it. So I pulled a couple of nature themed, because I have prepped these sometimes when I go through a book and I'm like, oh, these will be perfect for those envelopes. So this one I want to have closed this way because I love this osprey. There's a little sleeping chipmunk, some little otters. So basically all you need is a piece of paper, and you can see that's the book page, and it's folded like that and like that. And then this one I cut the edges so that they would be angled. And so what I'm going to do with this one is I don't think that I'm going to put the stitching all the way around here. I might put some trim on this later on. So we're just going to stitch this part and along the bottom because I do like a nice, because it'll help frame it to kind of put it like that. And I think I'm going to use this fiber. You can use yarn, ribbon, just about anything. Then for your holes, so I have this little slot punch, which works really nice to go along the edges. I use this especially if I'm going to use some ribbon, because it works great with ribbon. But I also have, this is a larger hole punch. I should make sure you can see. Yep, larger hole punch. This one, you cannot see it. Let me see if I've got something I can show you what it looks like. A scrap here. This is a butterfly. Grab my scrap bin. So this one is a butterfly. So you can see that little butterfly punch. This kind of little punch, even with the designs and stuff like that, works really great for like sheer gauzy ribbons. Yarn goes great through those, especially when it's a heavier paper. Then I have this little punch. What are you? That's just a tiny hole. I also have a heart. Then you can, I should have brought these out. If you have some of the larger punches, that's a little big. But I also have used this butterfly to put in like the front middle for a closure. I got a little kitty. Sometimes I use him. That's about it. I've gotten rid of a bunch of stuff that I don't really use. Oh, a maple leaf. That one I've used before too, when I'm doing a little bit bigger envelope, or I'll put it just in the corners or just in the center. So you could just have fun, play with it. Do whatever you feel like doing. So since we're kind of, this is like an aquatic little guy, I think we'll just do, let's do the little holes, and we'll use this fiber. And we're just gonna start, and you can measure if you like. I kind of just eyeball it like so. So we're just kind of spacing them approximately. I do my best to try and get them even. Does not always work, and that's okay. You want to make sure you're not super close to the edge, though. That is one thing I will tell you, to make sure that they're nice and sturdy. So you want to be at least, it's probably almost 1/4 of an inch from the edge. The bottom you could be a little bit closer because it's a double. It's got the seam, but I still do about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to go down a little bit. At least I'll have a line that I can go across on this one. So that's basically what you do. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Been chatting with a friend a little bit this morning. Trying to get some videos to upload. They're not behaving themselves today. So you got a little wonky there. It'll be fine. Nobody's perfect. The other thing you can do, I'll show you. So I'll do one on the top, one on the bottom, then split the difference so it's like right in the middle. And then I go in the middle of those two, roughly. Oh, and I just dumped paper schnitz everywhere because I didn't know how full my thing was. So confetti, hooray! These will be a little closer on this side. That's okay. Oh well, that's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be cute. Okay, so now we're just gonna figure out how we want to do it around here. And I think I will end it on the bottom. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take a loop. Do I want to take a loop? No, I don't want to take a loop. So if you make a loop down here on the bottom, then you can have like the start of a closure, and then you split it to go up and around, and then you can make holes all the way like that. So I should have punched a couple of these ahead of time. I think I am going to double this yarn though. So we're just going to go for it. We're just going for it. If you have like a big yarn needle or something like that, that actually might be helpful for this stuff too. And I'm going to do around. So I'm just going around and around. Make sure I've got enough here. Let's see. Might be enough. Okay. All right. So I will do this, and I'll probably fast forward so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do this the whole time. So fast forward. Okay, to tie it off, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going through that hole again, so I have a loop here. Okay, and then one more time. And then I'm going to tie it on itself. And I'm just going through that loop twice. And then when you pull this, make sure you don't want to tear your paper, so make sure you're sliding the knot and not pulling the yarn through the paper. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail on this. Nope, I got that knotted on there. Okay, cut it off. Cut it off, it's fine. So then if people want to leave a charm or something, I leave it a little bit long. I didn't even cut this side off the roll, so boop. Okay, so there you have it. Cute little envelope that you could do some more decorating, ink it, do some other design. I'll do another really quick one and show you another way to do them. So once again, I will probably just fast forward so you're not sitting here watching me stitch and do that the whole time. Okay, so these are fantastic. They're called finishing needles, and I have the package because it has like the sizes still on here. So I really like these because they're great for ribbon or big fibers or whatever, and they are fantastic for doing this kind of stuff. Even if you're having a hard time getting a fiber through like the top of a tag, these are fantastic because you can just slide them through the hole, put your stuff through the fiber, and pull them back out through the hole. So it's kind of like a needle, but basically they're just a big eye and they're not sharp. So, and I got them in a bunch of junk from an auction, and I'm like, hey, these, I've never seen something like this. This is really cool. And yeah, I use them a bunch, but they're still in the package because then I know what they are and what sizes they are. So, okay, let's grab another one. Let's do this owl. So I'm going to try and be a little bit more careful about lining it up and having it measured. Mostly I just want to find my center to start with. Okay, here's my center, roughly. Is that my center? Yeah. So I'm just going to do know where my center is to start with. And then this is harder to push, so okay, apparently not today. All right, so I'm going to fast forward it. You can loop ribbon to kind of make a knot, loop it over on itself, like so. You wrap it around and it will want to make a corner. So then I'm gonna bring this back here and slide it back in the same spot. Let me grab one of these guys, so it might be easier. So I'm gonna slide it in here carefully. So I went underneath through that loop, kind of made it square itself off, then around to the back. You want to make sure it doesn't fold or roll, and it'll lay flatter. Okay, so there. So now we have a cute little corner. Make sure that's good. And then tuck this through here one more time. And you could leave this long. You could put a couple dots of glue in here and then trim it. I think that's what I'm going to do for this one, actually. There we go. And then just trim that off. Save that tail for a cluster or something. All right. And then repeat with the other side. Okay, so both sides are done now. I did both corners. So now we're gonna do the front closure. So this is what I got. So it is underneath right now. So I'm going to cross them over. So I'm going to do the last stitch on each side so that they're on top. So this one is going to go down this hole. Like so. And then this one is going to go on the other side. Like so. Okay, so that one went that way. This one goes this way. I just want that to be flat. Be flat, my friend. Okay, so now they are both on top. Okay, so you can see what we have happening here. And I am just going to tie them now. Here. Once again, don't tie too tight or you will tear your paper, especially that first one. So I'm going to tie it again. Because once you have that first one down, it's not really going to tighten on the paper much more. Okay, so that is set. Now, you could cut that off if you wanted. You could tie it in a bow, or you could have your own closure that you can just tuck or tie, whatever you want for this little thing. So you could fill it up and close it, or you can do it this way where you have it wrapped around. Woo, come back. And tie it like this. So if you leave those ties long enough, you can do some fun things too. Oop, pulled it too far. Oh well, it's a funky bow. There we go. All right, so there you go, guys. There are some ideas for you to add to your toolbox and play with and have fun and do some fun things with. These would make great to put like a little gift in even. These could be a little gift bag, a little gift pouch, could be reused. So there's a couple that we did before and the ones that we did today. So there you go. I hope you guys like this. Let me know in the comments what you would use these for. If you like this idea, you can do a no-sew method too. I didn't mention that. I probably should have. So instead of doing it with the ribbon, you could doodle. You could just put trim on top and just glue the envelopes closed if you wanted to. So there's another option there. It's basically a variation on an envelope, but it's a fun one. They're nice and big. And you use up some really fun book pages. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and like. Have a great day.